So what really works? So one thing that really works is actually making a step-by-step plan. So we have our goals. If we break them down into a step-by-step plan, then we are we're making it much easier for us to make them a reality because we're making them more concrete, we're making them more visible, more easy to act on. So in doing this, we've changed this lofty goal of start a company. We are now breaking it down, hire these people, train these people, uh, develop skills in these areas personally, like study leadership, study entrepreneurship, study my own space, we're breaking it down into so many things, go to the ROC and, fill out an incorporation certificate, do the initial marketing. So we're breaking it down into, like, let's say about 5 steps. And we're saying, this is what I need to do in order to achieve this goal. So the moment we do that, the moment we break it down, instead of just visualizing a pretty picture, pretty end result, we're saying, these are the specific actions I need to take in order to get to that place. So the moment we encounter any issues, we're not going to say, okay, that's a problem, because we know our next step. We're going to do this step and tick it off. We're going to do this step and tick it off. This step and tick it off. We're just going to keep going until eventually we get to that goal. So it's like having stepping stones. It's stepping stones on the way to your destination. So then you can you have your milestones and you have your points where you can celebrate your small wins and say, yes, I did it. I did this part. I'm getting closer to my goal. So that's why it's important to have a step-by-step plan. So the other thing that works is actually preparing for those obstacles. So instead of just dreaming about our life when we are going to be able to travel the world, when we are going to be able to, give money to the people who need it, when we are going to be able to do all of these things, we have to anticipate, I'm going to encounter, it's not an easy journey. Like if it was easy, we would all have done it by now, right? All of these goals are stretch goals. There are things that we have to put effort into making happen. So what that means is we are going to experience some difficulties along the way. It's inevitable, right? Life is not predictable. Definitely something is going to happen that's going to somehow going to try to derail your goal. So what you want to do is you want to prepare now for those obstacles so that you expect them. You see them coming and you're ready for them. When they hit you, you're not going to be like, oh my goodness, I'm horrified and sad and shocked and appalled, and now I'm going to forget about forget about my goal. Exactly, Salman. Look at the worst that could happen and work yourself backwards. That's precisely what we need to do. So we need to plan what could possibly go wrong in terms of my efforts to achieve my goal. You know, what could maybe it is like Fazra said, her parents are kind of like they might be an obstacle. What can she do? Like, how can she prepare to overcome that? Maybe she has to do so many chores around the house and see slowly, sneakily bring these things in. There somehow we have to plan for those obstacles. We have to expect them. So when they do hit us, we're like, I saw that coming. I knew that was coming and I'm ready for it and I'm not phased by it and I'm going to move forward. So Priyat, I hope I've answered your question in terms of like, how do we really make these things happen? Like if you don't have what it takes at the moment, like you're not sure, do I have the business expertise in order to start these companies, in order to serve as a director in these companies? Um, but that is an obstacle, that is what is holding you back from your goal. So what's great, Priyank, is that you know that these are obstacles to achieving your goal. So what you can do, Priyank, is you can identify these are the things that could hold me back, and this is what I need to do in order to overcome them. So if I don't currently have that expertise, I first need to develop that expertise by doing XYZ, and this is how long that would take practically. And make sure your ultimate goal is still realistic, having accommodated those obstacles. So I hope that answers your previous question about what do I do if I don't currently, I'm not in a place to achieve the goal with where I stand now. Fazra has asked, how can we convince people into believing that our goals aren't stupid? Yeah, the important thing is, yeah, I feel you, Fazra. Like sometimes, like I was the CEO of a tech company, and I grew to that position from being in that group of companies as an intern, and over a 10-year period, and I decided to give it all up and to work on projects that I felt had more impact, societal impact, and everyone thought I was absolutely crazy because who becomes a CEO of a company at a young age, and then and it's not like I was unhappy or that there was anything very wrong, but it's just that I felt I wasn't meeting my full potential. And so a lot of people thought, this girl is crazy, but I'm living my best life, right? So the thing is, it's a very difficult place to be, especially when the people that you are, the people who are thinking that you're stupid or crazy are people that you love and whose opinions matter to you. And I feel you. That's a very difficult place to be. But at the end of the day, your life is your life, and when you come to the end of your life, you don't want to have been a puppet for anybody else, whether it is your parents, whether it is your teachers, whether it is your partner, whether it is someone you really love and respect and admire. At the end of the day, your life is your own, and you have to live it in a way that at the end of it you feel that, yeah, I'm proud of how I did life. I did it, like that song, I did it my way. I can't say. But um but the but I that is a difficult thing. The thing is, we can't convince people, we can explain to them our philosophy. So one thing, that I'm somebody who lives very much by my passions, but at the same time, I'm also an extremely logical person. So something that I did because I wanted my father, because I really respected and admire my father, I wanted him to understand my point of view. So what I did for myself was I made a detailed uh, document about why I'm making this choice, and I put in all of this detail into it in terms of financials, in terms of my value system, in terms of all of this detail about what matters in life to me. Is making money what is my priority in life, or is it something else? Is it if I, like, what are my fallback options if what I want to do doesn't work out? I explored all of these things and I put them all down in a document, and I told him, I want to feel that, I feel I'm making a great decision, but I'd also like your input on it as well. And could you go through this and let me know what you think? And he sent me a 3-word reply, which was go for it, with like 5 exclamation marks, right? So that's so sometimes it can be as um it can involve writing down all of these things. And because the thing is, when we're operating from a place of our values or a place that we logically believe makes sense, we have a case for all the decisions that we make. And so it's a matter of sharing that case with people. But the thing is, some people you don't need to share that case with. It doesn't matter if those people think you're stupid, right? Like some stranger thinks you're crazy, it's fine. Let them think that. It's totally cool. Come on, Fazra, you're going to dress up in a teddy bear costume and go around Colombo, right? You're not afraid of looking stupid. Which is
I'm not.
you're not. Yeah, exactly. And that is the most one of the most
And
important. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah,
yeah, and that's going to be called as the teddy bear movement.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm gonna be the follower in this movement. So the thing is, like, people will think we're stupid when we try to follow our goals, but then one day when we're successful, they will be like, wow, you're awesome, you're amazing, we love you. So forget about them, just you do you and you strive for what makes you happy in life. I know it's very difficult when it's someone like your parents, but oh, Teddy love, Teddy's got your back. I love it. But have a support system as well. People who believe in you, believe in your vision, and count on them, lean on them, rely on them, and and I think that's the advice that I can give you. But I love it. Teddy love, hashtag Teddy love. We're making this a thing. Okay.
Aisha,
Yeah,
may
go
I?
ahead.
Okay, so
This way.
I'm not sure if I'm saying the right things, but I'm just trying to express it in order to understand it more detail. I know that motivation and what really works, we need a step by step plan and we need to prepare for the obstacles. What if the obstacles are within you in terms
Mm,
of
yeah,
the abilities to get something done?
something done. Yeah. Procrastination being one, right?
Woo! Nailed
Yeah.
it!
I don't know. I think everyone here in this group would have gotten Shuaib's WhatsApp message that comes by default. When you message his business account, it says, "Thank you for your message. I am probably procrastinating. Hopefully, we'll get back to you sooner or later." I love that. It is so funny. I'm probably procrastinating.
That's one of the obstacles. I
Mm,
think I put myself in that situation before. What does one do if the
in a
disabilities are within,
situation.
the
Yeah.
obstacles are within? What do we do?
Yeah. So, in a case like that, I mean, there's a number of things that we can do. One thing we can do is actually, uh, I think I'm coming to it in a future slide, but I'll talk about it now.
Cool.
Uh,
Let's continue then. Let's continue with the presentation. I'm sorry.
and let me see how far along it is actually. But let's first, there's first something that I won't give you 10 minutes to do this, but I'll give it to you as homework, something to do, which is to break down your goal into steps. Give yourself 10 minutes to do this and have about 5 steps approximately. You all have beautiful, beautiful concrete goals all set out now. So that's great. They're all measurable and stretchy. So now break them down into at about 5 steps, and so that you have now an action plan for you to achieve that goal.